Hi there, and welcome to this episode of Write With Me at IELTS Juice. Today we are going to plan for a report. The prompt and the visual, in this case visuals, are telling us that the charts below show the percentage of water used for different purposes in 6 areas of the world. And the very first thing that catches my eye right now is that it says 6 areas. Let's look at the areas first. It doesn't say continents. It doesn't say countries. It says areas. Well, North America is a continent. South America is a continent. Europe is a continent. Africa, continent. Central Asia is not a continent. It's a part of a continent. A large continent, but it is still part of it. And then Southeast Asia, that's the same thing. And that is the reason why we have the word area in the topic. And the next thing that catches my eye here is, drum roll please, what is the time frame? Huh? Can you see a year? Any reference to any dates? A decade? When did this survey take place? Do we have any information about that? Is it a projection? Or it's something that took place in 1990 whatever? No. There is no information regarding that. What does that supposed to mean? Well, it means we don't have any references to the past. It's not a projection or anything related to the future. It doesn't have a time frame that started in the past and continued until now. We don't have that information. We are left with a series of facts. And the best grammatical tense that gives us facts is present simple. I'm going to put that over here. And please do that in your IELTS exam or when you prepare for the IELTS exam, the real IELTS test. Every time you look at this, this should act as a reminder that all my sentences should be present simple. In this particular case, all sentences, but in some reports, the majority of your sentences will be dictated by the grammar. So make sure you check all your sentences against this. They must follow this rule. Now, let's look at the planning stage. I have 6 visuals. Let me take a look at them. Interesting. Industrial use in North America and Europe stands out. That's something interesting. Oh, another important element. The other 4 have this in common, that agricultural use can take up to 88%. It starts from 71 all the way to 88. 71 is more than 2/3. So this is a significant proportion of water consumption. But here's a little issue. If I go ahead and introduce a paragraph and put North America here and Europe here, and in the second body paragraph I include all the other 4, my job will be difficult here specifically. Reporting 4 visuals at the same time is very difficult. I don't like this approach. Preferably, I would like to introduce a 3rd body paragraph. But then how can I say the logic? The easiest method, and please pay attention that I'm only giving you a suggestion. The easiest method would be to introduce industrial use for North America and Europe here. Focus on North America and Europe, and you can also talk about the other elements, the agricultural use and the domestic use here. So we focus on two continents here. I would like to pair South America with Africa. And I would like to say that these two, they of course have agriculture as their main water consumption. That's correct. And they, both of them, have domestic use more than the industrial use. So for these two, industrial use stands at the bottom. It's the third option. Now you might say, okay, Kasra, that can apply to Central Asia. For Central Asia also, we have the same problem. Correct. And that's why the logic matters. After pairing these two continents here, I would like to devote one paragraph to the continent of Asia. And then the last two will appear here, Central Asia and Southeast Asia, and we can justify that two continents here with the industrial focus, two other continents here with the agricultural focus, and one continent with the same agricultural focus, but they do not follow the same pattern as they have their own differences. In Southeast Asia, domestic use is third, whereas in Central Asia, industrial use is third. And that is something that you can make comparisons here. It will make your job easier. The logic is clear. We have two continents, and one large continent in two areas. It's very easy to maneuver and analyze our report. And because we are going to talk about all the elements inside, I don't think we will have any issue about the number of words in any of our paragraphs. I'm going to go ahead and plan it. First, I need a sentence telling us the number of visuals and the type. We have 6 pie charts. We don't have any time frame, and the focus is only on 6 regions, and I have to go ahead and name the regions. Please do not assume that the reader, the examiner, has the visuals next to them. They have, but the whole idea of writing a report is that if somebody reads the report without the presence of the visual, they will have pretty much the concept in their heads. So make sure your report is autonomous. You do not say, yes, here they are. Look at the 6 pie charts. They're there. Look at them. They are blah, blah. Don't do that. Try to introduce the elements. And the numbers are in percentage points. We need to introduce that as well. And the 3 categories: industrial use, agricultural use, and domestic use. I then need to come up with 2 overviews. One for the introduction and one for the conclusion. Because of my arrangement, in the first overview, I need to say that while Europe and North America, America's consumption focused on industrial use, for the other regions, the focus was on agricultural use. And that would be a very good overview. Here, I'm going to talk about North America and Europe, and they're pretty much similar in their patterns. The numbers are just different. But this will be 2 continents, and the focus is on industrial use. Then we're going to introduce a second body paragraph, and in the second body paragraph, we're going to pair South America and Africa. And they also have the same patterns with different numbers. The focus is on agriculture. And on the third body paragraph, we're going to say that the focus, this is about Asia, in 2 regions of Asia. The focus is the same with the previous continents, but this time, unlike the other 2, the order doesn't match. And you can start comparing. First, you can talk about the agriculture, which is pretty much the same, but in the other 2 elements, they are different. For Southeast Asia, industrial use is, thank you for the reminder, is in the second place, whereas for Central Asia, domestic use is in the second place. And you write everything over here. You can focus on domestic use, and you can go ahead and say that in North America and Europe, and you can also include this time Southeast Asia, domestic use is in the third place. Whereas in the other elements, that is different. The other areas, that's different. Now that's it. If you wish to see a sample on this report done, assessed, and improved, click over here. If you wish to see other plannings like this, other planning videos like this, click over here. And remember, eat healthy.